Mina, can you tell us how you do your accounting for your business?
Okay, so the way that I do accounting for my business took a while for me to understand. A lot of people push it off, myself included, because it is very, very scary and nasty, and you don't want to face it, and you don't want to see that you're losing money or you're not making any profit, or it's been 6 months or 12 months and every single dollar that came out of your business is a lot less than what you thought it was, because you're like, oh, amazing, I sold 5,000 units, $1 a unit, that's $5,000, and I made 10,000 in profit or whatever. Everything sounds super nice when you do these rough calculations, but no one really wants to face their fears and go right into the numbers and realize that they're not profitable. So a lot of people really push accounting off. This is exactly the way that I do it. It's worked fantastic. First of all, I'll create a Slack channel, and in that Slack channel, I will create a channel called accounting. The only people that are allowed are anyone who's allowed to make a purchase for the business, and then the accountant. Every single time I make any purchase or anything like that, or any invoice, I send it to that Slack channel. I'll create an email account that says my brand name invoice@gmail.com. So it'll be something like neuroinvoice@gmail.com, and there, any recurring invoices will automatically get sent there. And then my accountant, or she's not an accountant, she's like a bookkeeper, she's basically like gathering the information. She's trained to go and gather that information from the email and insert it into QuickBooks. Next, I'll sign up for QuickBooks. There's multiple levels. I believe the $37 a month one, it's the plus. That's the one that can track inventory. That's the one you need because you have a physical product. Maybe up until you make your first order, or up until the products go to Amazon, you can use the cheaper version. But I would just suggest that you get the plus right away and start doing everything right. From there, I will tell my accountant, here's all of the different categories that I want in my business, expense categories. So, materials for production, softwares and subscriptions, payroll, marketing materials, Facebook advertising, Google advertising. I just break it out into all of these different categories that make sense to me in terms of expenses. From there, I will then also get A2X. Now, A2X, I sign up for that account, I go into Amazon and I connect it. It's very easy. You just sign up for the account, it says connect your Amazon account, you click on it, it takes you to Amazon, you approve. So A2X will connect to your QuickBooks and will connect to Amazon. And what A2X does is it pulls the date range reports from Amazon and puts it into QuickBooks. And now from there, your accountant needs to build a profit and loss statement sheet. And so she will go, here's what the income is per SKU. So SKU 1, SKU 2, SKU 3, here's the income, here's how much came from Amazon, here's how much came from Shopify, here's how much came from Etsy, whatever, any per SKU, but you're gonna show the income. From there, you're gonna show the cost of goods. So this is how much the cost of goods for each product is. Because obviously, if you sell a product, you base it, that's the time when you incur the cost of that good. Because that's when you truly pay for it on an accrual basis. Anyways, you have the cost of goods, you have the Amazon fees, and so you break down the Amazon fees. Here's how much referral fee was. Here's how much the fulfillment fee was. There's promotional credits. There's, all of these different, if you go into the reports on Amazon, you go to reports, payments, and then on the third tab, it should say date range reports and download it. You can see all of the different columns and expenses. Generally, we know that there's the couple, which is the referral fee, and the FBA fee, which is when they put it in the envelope and send it. And so they'll document for every single SKU in the P&L. Then move into refunds, and you're going to document, okay, for the refund, how much money you incurred because it's a loss of income, and then basically the cost of good that was destroyed because the product was destroyed. Then you go into reimbursements, you gain that cost of good back, you gain the Amazon fees back, and then at the bottom it's gonna show the expenses and say, okay, you spent this much on this, this much on this, this much on this, and at the bottom here is your net profit. So it'll show your income down to your gross profit, down to your net profit. And the reason that they show gross profit then down to net profit is because the expenses in the middle, which is probably like the money that you pay yourself, or marketing or giveaways, reviews, all of that stuff, it's all add backs, which means that they do not impact the value of the business. They take the gross profit of the business, and then that's what they base the value of your business on. And then because you could be like wasting money on different things, experimenting, learning, all that stuff, that's up to you, but it's not part of the business operating costs. And so that bottom line is your net profit, and that's your bottom line, and that's how much money you're making in your business. And that's how I do accounting for my business.
Love it. It's so detailed, and this is so important. So
Yeah.
don't be scared. Start right away with this, and you'll
Start from day one. Like I said, when you place your order, you have about 8 weeks where you're kind of, creating that Facebook account and getting, people ready for their reviews. Dive into the accounting, set up your accounting. If you have to hire a consultant and say, hey, I'll pay you, $75 an hour. I'm pretty sure if you get an accountant from any regular company and say, I'll pay you $50 an hour, a 9-to-5 accountant, they will be like, absolutely, I will teach you everything that you need to learn. So you can go and find accountants, around you and say, hey, listen, like after hours, I'll pay for, an hour, 2 hours of your time until you explain everything to me, help me set up my P&Ls. And then once it's set up, all you need is a bookkeeper to kind of, take all of your expenses and do all of that stuff, and then just regularly build the P&Ls. All of the data gets pulled from Amazon anyways. It's pretty much automated.
And imagine when you want to sell your brand, if you have all of these details, it will be such an easy handover, and somebody will be like, oh my God, this is
These
ready,
people are
ready
on
to
top
go.
of it.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's gonna show how much money you've been making month after
From day
month.
one.
Yeah, and
Day
they'll be
zero.
like, wow, look, we show that the profits have grown, and we'll sell your business.
Love it. Thank you.